So, right? First Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Revelations chapter 9. Revelations chapter 11. The Lord has told you over and over, you're a king and a priest. I call you a king and a priest. I made you a king and a priest. I brought you into a royal priesthood. Royal priesthood. Royal priesthood. We got to think about words. Royal priesthood. I'm a priest. Okay, Lord, what that mean? That mean you can go behind a veil, baby. Ain't no veil. That mean you can go to heaven and talk and get what you need. That means that God has prepared you and anointed you to speak to the Father to get what you need. Okay? Why did he tell us over and over and over? I called you a king and a priest. Don't forget, I called you a king and a priest. You're a king and a priest now. Jesus came. He died. He left you here with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will guide you, but you're a king and a priest. You're a king and a priest. What does the king do? The king, think of yourself as the letter H. King. This little connecting line here. Priest. You are H. You, me, we're H's. Okay? The king rules and reigns upon the earth. So from Genesis on, he's been telling you, you have dominion and power. Let us make them in our image and give them dominion and power to speak and declare things upon the earth. If a king came into the room right now, everybody gonna scurry around. If the king said, you know what, I'm thirsty, I need a glass of water, water will appear just like that. Not magically, but because people going to go running and scurrying to get the glass to bring the king the water immediately because he's a king. He's a king. So much so that the people who are in the king's family feel like we are royalty. They declare things. They make the earth come and obey them. So you're a king and a priest. You're a king and a priest. So the king declares and decrees on the earth. The priest speaks to the heavenly. This priest can speak to heaven for you. That's why God had to make you both. Does that make sense? That's why God had to make you both. You're a king. You rule on this earth. How do you get what you need to rule? How do you get the support spiritually that you need? How can you declare the things and they show up? Because the priest speaks to the spirit realm. The priest speaks in the spirit realm to the heavens and says what I need to come down. When the priest knows not what to say, the Holy Spirit was left here for us, and the Holy Spirit can speak through us. That is the time we want to operate in the gift of tongues. You know what? I don't even know what the priest needs to ask heaven for to support the purpose of what the king needs to do right now on the earth, to make everything on the earth align, to support the calling and the purpose on the king's life. So I am going to, as the priest, because it's my position, speak in tongues and allow the Holy Spirit that I carry in me to speak through me to the heavenly to bring down what is needed. That's when you speak in your heavenly language. I don't even know what I need in order to. A lot of you are in the position right now where I don't even know what I need to get back in alignment with my purpose. I don't even know what the king's purpose is besides that he's the king. I don't know what he's supposed to have dominion over. I don't know what he's supposed to have power over. I don't know what he's supposed to be declaring on this earth, owning on this earth, operating in on this earth. That's when you allow the priest to allow the Holy Spirit to speak through the priest. Now, if you remember, I told you were an H. King, priest, what's here? This is your soul. This is your soul. You are H. This is your soul. The soul attaches the king and the priest so that you're supported. It's the attachment. It's what allows the priest on this side to speak to the heavenlies to get it, and it gets over here to this side to the king. This is your soul. That's why when the soul leaves the body is dormant and dead. Life is left, and the spirit is allowed to go to where it belongs. Do you hear me? Sharifa, good morning. Happy Saturday. You are a king and a priest. Everybody say that really quick, 3-4 times. I am a king and a priest. 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 My kingship allows me to have dominion and power on this earth. The priest that God calls me speaks to the spirit realm, asks for forgiveness for what I have done wrong in the kingly body, the fleshly body. And your spirit, your soul, is what attaches those two things. When the soul is gone, life is gone. There's no longer an attachment. Do you know that when witches and warlocks travel in the spirit, the cord is snapped? You can snap the cord. That's how they fight each other in the spirit with their crazy selves, because they're forcing themselves. See, when I go in the spirit realm, if I ever leave my body to go in the spirit realm, it's because the Lord took me. So there's a protection there because he took me. He decided, I'm taking you up. I'm bringing you up. And that's why the body, the king, is dormant. I just told y'all the story. Y'all all been here. When the Lord took me to heaven to see the young lady to bring back the prophecy, I told you my body couldn't respond to my husband. I didn't talk back to him because the cord, I had gone in the spirit realm.